But first, let me take a selfie.
This video is sponsored by NordVPN. World of Warcraft is a fantasy game, and you can't have fantasy without magic. On your adventures in Azeroth, you'll find different forms of magic that can range from holy and righteous to pretty.
Are you guys playing? Burning Crusade, by the way? How's the situation with
flowers and nature and fuzzy cute animals?
Classic.
And even abhorrently evil and downright demonic forms
Mostly
of magic.
no, but
The origin of most of this wizardry is based off of the most fundamental aspects of the Warcraft universe. Before there was an Azeroth, there was nothing. But you can't have nothing without...
Do they balance? Do they balance exactly in the order that they had it originally, or have they learned from like early TBC patches and balanced it accordingly? No, it's the latest patch. Alright.
something. So in the nothing, there was energy that came from something. The most basic forces in the universe are the light and the void. These forces are the yin and yang that keep each other in check. Without light, there is no black abyss of darkness. Without darkness, you can't shine the brightest light. And, oh, whoa bro, we are getting really deep. So, okay, so there's these cosmic forces, they clash with each other, that's how life is born on the universe, there's some Titan dudes, blah 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 blah, Azeroth is there, and here we are now. These cosmic powers can be tapped into the form of holy or shadow magic. First, let's talk about holy. Imagine if the Pope actually had superpowers and he could use the Force. That is what holy magic is, for the humans at least. In order to call upon the light to aid you, it requires your complete willpower to harness this mysterious force and faith that what you are doing is completely morally right. If you aren't completely faithful to the light and don't have the required positive vibes, you'll fail the vibe check, and the light will not aid you. The Church of the Holy Light is founded on 3 virtues to make sure that you have these positive vibes. Respect, and noticing your place in the universe and strive to fight for its well-being. The tenacity to fight in the name of the light, and realizing that even the smallest actions can change the world for the better. And finally, a balance of compassion and consideration if your aid will transfer to a positive change in the universe.
Sounds fine.
Following all these rules will allow a member of the church to manifest a world of honor and justice.
Justice.
Now keep in mind, light magic's morality is based on the person that is wielding it. A perfect example of the light being used in a harmful way is the Scarlet Crusade.
Can we skip the 2-hour intro?
Is full
We
of
get it.
unclean
Informative,
heretics, tainted by the
info
evil stench
slideshow
of...
guy,
Hey,
bug guy, weeb guy,
hey,
unfunny
I've also-
educer guy, and Forsen spends 2 hours going.
Yeah. Alright, I'll skip your link then.
to access the powers of the light through different cultural means.
2 hours, yeah?
Sunwalkers
Makes sense.
worship the sun and Shi,
Logically.
which manifests into using more sun-based light attacks.
Fucking
You also have the
hypocrite.
Draenei, who have direct communication with the Naru, who are pure manifestations of light. Hell, you even have the Lightforged Draenei, who are basically super soldiers who have let their bodies become a vessel to dispense light's justice. And there's even the Blood Elves, who enslaved a Naru and sucked out its life juice. What? Elves being dicks? Whoa, yeah, no, totally haven't heard that one before. But what if, no matter how much faith you had,
Here is
the
my
light
link,
still
Mr. Force.
abandoned you?
Forsaken,
This is the hard-
stop reacting so hard.
Fake link point.
Don't smash it, okay? Don't smash it!
Harsh reality they must deal with. Priests suffering from undeath can still call upon the light and it can still heal them, but it is just excruciatingly painful. In fact, channeling holy magic and being healed by it can have a side effect, where an undead can regain their senses. They can taste the decay in their mouths. They can smell their rotting flesh and feel the maggots crawling beneath their skin. So yeah, it's not fun being an undead. In fact, it's really depressing actually. And that is why undead who were once members of the Church of the Holy Light have transitioned to a new form of practice. While holy magic focuses on the emotions of the heart, like hope, courage, and comfort.
Yeah, why are there undead priests, really?
The powers of
Doesn't
shadow
make sense.
incite emotions of the mind, like despair, doubt, and panic. In the light, you stand together as one, but in darkness, you are alone, fanatical in your pursuit for indescribable power. Shadow priests play off this characteristic of the corruptive influence of the mind. Harnessing the powers of the void involves riding the fine line between immense power and utter insanity as your mind falls victim to the old gods. Within the Forsaken, the cult of Forgotten Shadow is where many summoners of the shadows lie, but users of the void are in old god cults like the Twilight Hammer or even the Black Empire. And speaking of evil corruptions, the powers of fel magic are just as, if not more addictive than the void. The most infamous users of this corruptive magic are the Burning Legion, of course. They are a near infinite army filled with demons that call the Twisting Nether their home. This plane of existence was created when the powers of the light and void clashed together on a cosmic scale, and this is where a lot of the fel and other magical energies reside. Every demon you find in the Warcraft universe was once uncorrupted, but
another
under
day,
the
another
command of the
million to
Legion,
support a
they've been
Swedish
tainted
hobo.
and twisted.
Also, this game is ironically the best trailer to come out of E3 so far. LW.
What? E3 hasn't started. It was just one show so far yesterday, right? Yeah.
The obvious example are the Eridar, who used to be Draenei but accepted Sargeras' gift of power, and they turned red and mean and angry. Also, Draenei who have been affected by fel but have rejected its influence have transformed into the malformed Broken. Fel Hunters are also a great example of fel's influence. This is what they look like now, but this is what they used to look like. These demons can also be summoned by practitioners of fel, but in order to summon one, a soul is needed.
Could you help? Please help me.
Now, warlocks are not inherently evil per se, but when your class revolves around sucking the life force out of innocence, harnessing chaotic and corrupting magic, and being shunned by most of society, it's kind of hard not to be the bad guy. Using fel is sort of a get-rich-quick style of spellcasting. It takes time to learn, but you can get a pretty high power level relatively quickly compared to practicing other forms of magic. But the side effects of being a warlock include slowly turning into a demon, having everybody hate you, the sudden urge to burn down orphanages, vomiting, and also having the need to help your friends by summoning them and giving them cookies, so they aren't that evil.
Hooray!
While fel represents chaos, its counterpart is arcane magic, a form of magic that requires order and...
A little too much lore. Find me. I don't play this anymore. Don't even play it anymore.